Tonight, a bomb threat on the Iron Range prompts closures and evacuations at a government building.
And life behind bars. That sentence handed down to a man found guilty of killing another man in northwest Wisconsin.
Plus, a 3-decade veteran of the Duluth Fire Department is making history as she takes on a new position.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The Virginia courthouse is back open tonight after someone called 911 and said there was a bomb inside the building.
The St. Louis County Sheriff's Office says they got that call this afternoon. The threat forced authorities to evacuate the courthouse, which is located near the city's downtown area. CBS 3's John Cardinelli joins us live from the scene. John, what can you tell us?
Kristen, things are a lot more calm here right now compared to when we got here this afternoon around 3:30. When we got here, both of the side streets next to the courthouse were blocked off by St. Louis County Sheriff's vehicles, and I even saw a K-9 unit sniffing around the building. Authorities say this all stemmed from a phone call to dispatch from 911. A 911 only number around 12:30 this afternoon. Sheriff's officials say the caller claimed that there was a bomb inside the courthouse here in Virginia. St. Louis County deputies and courthouse security quickly evacuated the building. The people inside went to the government service center down the road. While the building was evacuated, the Duluth Police Department's bomb detection dogs searched the building. After searching for nearly 4 hours, authorities say the building was deemed safe and opened back up around 4 o'clock. Now, at this time, no one is in custody, but investigators are listening back to that 911 call to try to figure out who called and locate that person.
All right, and John, we know that Virginia High School is pretty much right across the street from the courthouse. Was the school impacted by the threat today?
So, Kristen, the Virginia Police Department did contact the school district about the threat. The school kind of monitored the situation all day long, but the threat and the school were not related to each other.
All right, John Cardinelli in Virginia tonight. Thanks, John.
In Wisconsin, an Odana man will spend the rest of his life in prison for a 2017 murder. A judge sentenced Brian Nellis in Ashland County Court this morning. He was convicted of killing Shane Cadotte on the Bad River Reservation. It apparently happened during a drug deal. Nellis will not be eligible for early release. Another man, Michael Sweet, was also found guilty of first-degree murder in this case. He has not yet been sentenced.
A group of people ice fishing got stranded in dangerous conditions when the ice they were on floated away from shore. The Beltrami County Sheriff's Office says it happened yesterday on Upper Red Lake. They rescued more than 11 people from the ice. A strong south wind caused the ice to separate from the shoreline. The Sheriff's Office is asking local resorts not to let people out on the unsafe ice.
Here in the Twin Ports, we woke up to a pretty decent coating of snow. Here's a look around Duluth. Early this morning, you can see most things blanketed in a thin layer of snow. It was a pretty tame snowfall, though, with only about an inch coming down here in Duluth, but it did cause for some slippery road conditions. The State Patrol reported 169 crashes statewide as of 2:30 this afternoon.
All right, let's check in with Dave now. I think it's safe to say if you're a snow tire type of person, now's the time to put them on.
Let me tell you about Sisu. On my way home last night, just before the snow started to breeze in, there was a guy out on his motorcycle on London Road.
Wow.
Revving up the engine to keep it from stalling, but he was out riding. Snow tires on that, perhaps? Yeah, we do need snow tires around here now. You know, if you've let the last couple of systems slide by, the weather is here. And it's coming today because of 2 low pressure systems. That's why we got that trace to even 3 inches today. But higher pressure coming around should clear us up for tomorrow. So our day planner for tomorrow says the day will dawn, and maybe with a mixture of sun and clouds, but it should become fairly sunny the rest of the day. And the top temp goes back up to 29 above. Still not back to normal, but sure beats what we've had the past couple of days. Still got a warm spell coming for the weekend. I'll let you know in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. It's an historic day on Capitol Hill as the Democrat-led House held its first public impeachment inquiry hearing against President Trump. 2 career diplomats testified about President Trump's actions with Ukraine as the impeachment inquiry played out before the cameras. Bill Taylor, the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, said it was his understanding President Trump froze military assistance to Ukraine to pressure the country's new leader to launch politically motivated investigations. Meanwhile, high-ranking Republicans called today's hearings a failure for the Democrats and for Adam Schiff. Hearings are expected to eventually shift to the Judiciary Committee to consider actual articles of impeachment. We'll have more on this tonight at 10.
U.S. Senator Tina Smith is introducing a bill aimed at investigating the impact of insulin affordability. The Democrat from Minnesota has bipartisan support for the bill. It would require the Secretary of Health and Human Services and others conduct a study looking at how insulin prices affect people who are dependent on the treatment. The medicine's cost has skyrocketed in recent years.
We don't really know the extent of this problem, nor do we know exactly the long-term, the magnitude of the long-term health impacts for people who aren't taking all the medicine that they need. So our idea in a bipartisan way is to get that information out there.
This bill is in addition to another one Smith introduced earlier this year aimed at making insulin more affordable. That bill is still making its way through Congress.
Former Duluth news anchor Michelle Lee is making another run for the Minnesota District 11 Senate seat. Lee announced this afternoon that she will be seeking to represent the district as a DFL party member. Lee ran for the seat earlier this year during a special election to fill Tony Laurie's seat. Ultimately, Republican Jason Rarick won the race in early February. Lee also had an unsuccessful run for the 8th Congressional District in 2018. She's a longtime resident of Moose Lake. The 11th Senate District includes Pine, Kennebec, Carlton, and St. Louis counties.
One woman is making history at the Duluth Fire Department. Marnie Grondal is now the first woman ever to hold a position as a chief-level officer.
CBS 3's Jenna Wells shows us how her promotion will make an impact on not just the fire department, but the community as well.
Marnie Grondal is the Duluth Fire Department's new Deputy Chief of Life Safety and Administration. And it's a position she says she's ready to take on.
And it's an honor to be the first woman as a Deputy Chief. And I've always just done my job the best of my abilities.
Grondal is no stranger to Duluth Fire. In her 32 years with the department, she started as a firefighter, worked her way up to fire marshal, and spent 20 years working with the life safety department. She says she was just one of 3 women when she started. Now, there are 15.
When I used to do a lot of public education and go into classrooms and, you know, in the beginning, kids didn't even know women could be firefighters. You know, it was like, wow, there's a woman fireman, they used to say. So, I mean, it's come a long way, and it's opening more and more doors for women.
Duluth Fire Chief Sean Creuset says they're always working to recruit more diversity throughout the department.
I can go talk to a Girl Scout troop or something and say, you can do this, and they look at me and I'm just a firefighter. But when you've actually got someone to look up to and a role model, I think that's the best advertising we can do. That's the best recruiting we can do, is to promote that.
Grondal says over her tenure, more and more women have entered this career path each year.
It's definitely growing, and hopefully by going out and doing community work with kids and things like that, to be able to show, you know, girls that this opportunity exists, and pretty much you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Chief Creuset says as they move toward a more diverse fire department, they also want to make facilities more gender equitable by updating bathrooms, sleeping rooms, and other facilities.
Hunters in Minnesota have harvested more than 100,000 deer so far during rifle season. The DNR says the harvest topped 104,000 statewide as of today. Hunters took about 5,700 deer in the Arrowhead region. In Special Hunting Zone 604, which includes parts of Aiken and Brainerd, hunters took 3,000 deer. They all need to be tested for CWD. Rifle season ends in Minnesota on November 24th. That's the day after the rifle season begins in Wisconsin.
Despite the fresh snow and chilly temperatures, Lake Superior College students were doing their part to stamp out invasive species. 3 different classes from LSC spent the afternoon on the Miller Creek Ravine Trail. They were cutting down buckthorn. Buckthorn is small branches containing some berries and thorns that are invasive to the native plants.
The students are cutting off buckthorn about less than 6 inches high, and then they're taking those squeeze bottles that we're calling daubers, and daubing a little bit of glyphosate on it that gets pulled into the root system and should kill the buckthorn.
Students will continue working on this project until the spring.
Well, there is a serious need for mental health services in Douglas County, but Essentia Superior Hospital and the Miller Dwan Foundation have teamed up to change that.
Come Monday, a new program will be ready to serve those in the area. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with officials to learn why the new facility is so important.
Kristen, Tony, the partial hospitalization program is the first of its kind in Northwest Wisconsin. The new program will offer therapy, medication distribution, and an on-site nutritionist in an intensive 3-week outpatient treatment style. The hospital officials say that's a big deal to the more than 6,000 adults in Douglas County suffering from mental illness. They say many of them don't have easy access to mental health services right now in Douglas County. For those who need treatment or medication, it can sometimes mean traveling over the bridge to Duluth, which can be a struggle for some.
They're familiar with our campus. They don't have to navigate downtown Duluth. They're not using public transportation, which for somebody with severe anxiety could be very anxiety-provoking.
Hospital officials say some insurance plans aren't accepted in Duluth due to being from a different state, which also has caused roadblocks for patients. The program will have a soft opening next week with a ribbon-cutting ceremony in January. Now, the program is being funded through about $250,000 in donations, but they're still short about $50,000. And we have more information on how you can donate on our website at cbs3duluth.com. Back to you.
Thanks, Emma. Still to come, Glenn Sheen is decking the halls. We'll take you inside the historic mansion as they prepare for the holiday season.
20 years ago, we partied like it was 1999 when we set the record at 67. Not so warm today, but we're getting a little bit better each and every day. We'll talk about our progress towards 40 in a few more minutes.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Spirit Mountain.
It's Truck Month in the Northland, where we take on every tough job, any rough terrain, and no matter what comes our way, we keep on trucking. Yeah, we're tougher up here, and there's only one brand of truck built to keep up. During Truck Month, get up to $9,250 cash back on a Ford F-150 or lease F-150 for just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
The Dish voice remote just got even more powerful. Why'd we put so much technology in there?
You don't think I've watched a lot of football? You want to put a little wager on it? Bet.
So you can settle that bet without ever taking your eyes off the game.
How many D1 football teams are there? Oh!
What you do with that power?
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Well, that is totally up to you.
Don't look so sad, man. Come on, we're having fun.
New Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant. Dish, tuned into you.
Searching for the right health insurance plan is like, well, searching for a needle in a haystack. You don't even know where to begin. What?
Oh, here's another.
No.
Slightly lower deductible, and you can stay in your network. Plus, you qualify for financial help.
Okay, then.
At MNsure, you can compare plans, qualify for financial help, even get free in-person assistance. When it comes to health insurance, be sure with MNsure.org.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team. Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one, too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck. Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm going to go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
We're all really excited to be here at the Merge. Now it's game on.
Focus.
This is it. What?
Go get him.
I heard your daughter's playing baseball.
You get picked on all the time. How do you deal with it? I usually start by telling myself how much smarter I am than the person who's picking on me. But that won't work for you. Out!
A new Young Sheldon, Thursday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
CBS3 weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Yesterday, the heavier snows were found in Wisconsin and the UP. Turnabout, fair play today because the heavier snow comparatively was in Minnesota. Lesser amounts for a lot of towns in Wisconsin. So Amnicon, yeah, about an inch. Cloquet, 1.5 inches or so. Silver Bay, a little bit of lake enhancement there, 3.1 inches. So this round wasn't as big as it could have been. But it still slicked up the roadways, and the road conditions right now are still less than perfect region-wide, so do travel cautiously. Tomorrow, sunshine comes around, maybe warming up the pavement enough to melt off whatever little bit we did get today. What do we get right now as we take a look towards the airport? Well, the current conditions tell us it's 23 degrees, and you know, that's warmer than it's been for a couple of days, so the cold snap is going away and a warm spell is set to come aboard for the weekend. Relative humidity 74%, the westerly northwesterly winds going about 5 miles an hour, and our air pressure is slowly increasing now to 30.01 inches of mercury. 2 low pressure systems affected us today with clouds and the light snow. Now tomorrow, turnabout fair play once again. 2 highs will try to bring back the sun. Current temps, upper teens for Watersmeet and Ironwood, lower 20s from Ashland to Hayward to Solon Springs and Superior, and we've got a little bit of a mixture of teens and 20s here in the Arrowhead of Minnesota. Low temps tonight just might fall towards 10 or so. Again, much warmer than it's been the past couple of mornings. And by the time we get to the weekend, 40 will not be out of the question. So we'll go from cold snap to warm spell. Snow today from the 2 low pressure systems. There's a little bit east of the Keweenaw going around. And there, despite the ground clutter here, there is a little bit of flurry activity happening around the head of the lakes. And up towards border country, there's a chance for a little redevelopment tonight. So bottom line is tonight, maybe a 30% chance you'll see a few more snow showers, but otherwise, higher pressure cells are coming in to chase away the 2 low pressure systems. So here's a northerly high, there's one to our south. Those 2 will work in tandem tomorrow to bring us a partly cloudy sky, and we just might hold on to that all the way through, I'm thinking, Friday. But Saturday, things could change once again. This trough of lower pressure will bring us a rain-snow mix. Not really great chances for it, but it could happen. And if it does happen, it could continue to happen for several days. Days will show you now with our 7-day. Tonight in Minnesota, low temps, they're going to go from about 10 inland to maybe 14 by the lake. 30% chance for a few more snow showers. In Wisconsin and Michigan, about a 30% shot there as well, with low temps about 10 to 15 above. Tomorrow, daytime high temps fairly close to 30 for Wisconsin and the UP, with a clear to partly cloudy sky, and it should be fairly sunny in Minnesota as well, with 25 to 30 inland and maybe low 30s right by the lake. But that is just the start of our warm-up. Sunshine Thursday and Friday, then clouds return with that new low pressure system. Saturday, Sunday, 20 to 40% chances for the mixes. Might strike 40 degrees above zero on Monday, and then the slight mix chance could last all the way through next Wednesday. So as Christian mentioned earlier, get on your snow tires. Get them on, get them checked. 'Tis the season.
Yep, 'tis the season is right.
The season. Thanks, Dave. Speaking of 'tis the season, we got a sneak peek inside Glensheen as the mansion puts finishing touches on their holiday display. Glensheen won 2nd place in the 2018 USA Today contest for Best Holiday Historic Home Tour. It features 25 Christmas trees, hundreds of feet of garland, 25 hidden elves, and Christmas music. The decorations also highlight the Congdon Family Nativity Collection.
Christmas is a really special holiday for the Congdon family. The Congdons are the ones who lived in Glensheen Mansion, and Glensheen was a gathering place for them as a family during the holidays. We really like to celebrate Christmas in the spirit of the Congdons, and it's just a fabulous time to be at the mansion.
Christmas tours happen every day beginning Friday and run through January 5th.
I highly recommend doing that
really
over the
cool.
holiday
Yeah.
season for sure.
Stories like that should have like underlying Christmas music playing. I don't know. I just
I just
think that would go really well.
It would. We'll wait till after Thanksgiving just for you,
I
Kelly.
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I'm a firm believer in Christmas waiting until after Thanksgiving. Well,
what's going on in sports?
A lot of stuff. Hockey, UMD, another tough matchup this weekend in which they hope to ride the momentum from last weekend. That's next.
Get Smart Wool at Northwest Outlet, the store that saves you more.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's special moments. So long, Kids Table. Save 25% plus 48-month financing during the Veterans Day sale at Schneiderman's Furniture.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you got to think about, it's not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
The fun never ends at Black Bear Casino Resort with over 1,800 of the hottest slot machines and our thrilling selection of table games and 500-person bingo hall.
My place for gaming.
From casual to fine dining, satisfy your taste buds at one of our 3 dining venues.
My place for dining.
And relax in comfort with all of our first-class amenities.
My place to stay.
Looking for the party? Look no further than the Otter Creek Event Center.
My place for fun.
Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com and make the Bear your place.
Great Lakes Stone.
Not only are we your reliable resource for quality building products in the Northland, we're now offering a full-service installation with our workmanship guarantee. With our network of landscape and masonry professionals standing by to work with our clients, there's still time to get on our schedule for winter. Call or stop in today or schedule an exclusive one-on-one appointment at our website at greatlakestone.com.
Selection. If you're looking for the best place to pick up a pizza, might we recommend the place with pizza in the name? Call Pizza Hut now to pick up a large 3-topping pizza for just $7.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Yes. Well, it's time. Choir, say. Come on. Don't stop clapping now.
Unwrap the joy of a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. On now, only at your local Honda dealer.
That's all right.
America's Most Watched Network. Tonight, starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then, stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's outrageous moments. More room for the king of the castle. Save up to $1,000 on Stearns & Foster mattress sets during the Veterans Day sale at Schneiderman's Sleep.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Feeling pretty good. That's about where the UMD Bulldogs are at after a weekend well spent getting the series sweep over Denver. It was freshman Cole Koepke put it, a chippy series. That might be an understatement. Through 60 minutes, Friday and Saturday, the Bulldogs played probably the most rough and tumble game of the year so far. A few days later, the team has a 5-2 Saturday night victory that they can certainly hang their hats on, one that boosted them to the number 6 spot in the latest USCHO polls and knocked Denver down to number 2.
Well, we need them, you know. It's like we need everybody. It was good to see different guys score. It's good to see Luke get a goal, Kobe. You know, that's what we need to win hockey games. Hopefully for those guys, it continues to build their confidence. And if we can continue to get that, it's going to help our team.
We knew going into Saturday night's game that it was going to be physical and a little bit chippy, and we just talked about how we're going to have to try and stay out of the extra stuff after the whistles and kind of fight through it if we wanted to win, and I think we did a pretty good job of that as a whole. So
I thought we've been doing a really good job, not only offensively but defensively too. Obviously, the more we play together, the more confidence we get. So I think practicing and playing games along the way will help us a lot.
Puck drop is at 6:05 p.m. local time this Friday and Saturday against Miami, Ohio and Oxford, Ohio. Both games you can watch over on My 9 Sports. Our pregame will start at 6 o'clock p.m. For the last 2 weeks, the UMD women's hockey team has come off of a bye weekend, resting, recharging after their best record of the first 10 games of the season since 2010 through 2011. Beginning with Ohio State this weekend, the Bulldogs get set for another tough stretch of WCHA opponents, the Buckeyes being a fellow nationally ranked team in the top 10.
We had the ability to sort of hit the pause button and evaluate how we thought we did for that first half of the first semester. We had some great conversations, great dialogue in the locker room. That's the exciting part about our team. We have not peaked. There's a lot more to come, and I think that's what they're really excited about. And the identity piece of the group is something that's really come along, and we're in a good spot there.
As for the Bulldog football team, they'll look to wrap things up this Saturday against Northern State on the road after their midseason rough patch. The Dogs have won their last 2 games by a combined score of 122-7, with starter quarterback John Larson back under center. Head coach Kurt Weezy says the last week will be all about staying healthy and finishing strong for the seniors.
Felt pretty good, especially when you can throw 5 touchdowns, catch another one. That's always fun to catch one, too. A little trick play, so, yeah, it felt good. I mean, the team played well. Defense played. It was just a great game to play in.
We owe those guys a lot. They've been tremendous for our football program to go through here for 4 or 5 years and to compete and to put in the amount of hours and time that these guys have. We owe these guys a lot, and we're appreciative of what they've done for our program.
Things out on Saturday, and I hope everybody dresses warm. I mean, it's on the road, but I'm assuming it's going to be cold there, too.
It's just that time of year where it's cold everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah. Well, if you're a fan of the infamous Glazer Donuts at Quick Trip and also a fan of beer, well, then you're in for a treat. Quick Trip has teamed up with the Madison Brewery to launch the new Glazer Bean Beer. They describe it as a chocolate coffee stout with hint of Glazer donut flavor. The beer officially went on sale this morning after more than 2 months of development. However, those of us living here in Minnesota will have to travel across the bridge to get the new brew because it will only be available at Quick Trips in Wisconsin. Fortunately for us, that's just like a 3-minute drive across the bridge.
Skip and a jump.
Yeah.
So we know where you're going after the show.
After the show,
for
yeah.
all of us. Yeah. Go, get some.
All right, Kelly.
All right, Dave. Cold out there. I feel like I'm a broken record lately, but that's just kind of the way it is, right?
Records and the turntable that works. All right, let's talk about temperatures. Well, we get into the upper 20s tomorrow, which is cooler than normal by about 8 degrees, but warmer than we've had in a couple of days, so we'll count our blessings. And it should become partly cloudy as higher pressure takes over. That'll hold on to us through Friday. Then we get into the upper 30s for the rest of the week, Saturday through Wednesday, but that'll induce cloud cover, and that just might tickle out a couple of rain, snow, shower mixes scattered over several days. So drive cautiously and keep an eye to the sky.
Sure will.
Except when you're driving, keep it on the road.
Good plan. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.
CBS